Says it's working. Hi. Hi, I'm here. I'm just lighting incense. Hi, Mike. How you doing? Okay, got some incense going. Yay! How you doing? What's going on? What are you up to? Oh my Lord. So I almost couldn't go live again. It took me another few minutes to get it going. I don't know what's going on. It's messing up every time now. I'm good. How are you doing? Been packing like a mad hatter, but I'm doing well. I'm wearing 6 eyes tonight so I can see the screen. I'm glad you're doing well. Good. Yes, 6 eyes. Can't see with one pair. Got to use 2. So what are you up to? You just hanging out? I am just hanging out, having a beer. Cheers. Cheers. So let me see if I am hugged to your channel. I think I am. I think I am, but let me make sure. Yep, I am. I was pretty sure I was. But it's always good to double check. Always good to double check. Not a lot going on here tonight. I just thought I'd come on and visit, hang out, see what's happening, who's up to what, if anybody's awake, that kind of thing. You know, just hang out. Yeah. You doing anything tonight? Yeah, just to hang out, right? Well, thank you. I appreciate that a lot. I really do. I really do. I have been packing all day today. Oh, you were on the live earlier? Thank you. I appreciate that too. I meant to come back a lot sooner, but it didn't work out, so I didn't make it back. And most everyone from earlier is probably asleep, so We'll see what happens. You know how that goes. But I usually get a few visitors on at night, even when I come on late at night. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They'll see me on pretty soon. Or maybe not. Who knows? Yep, I still have teeth. Isn't that a great thing? Oh, you were live streaming. I see. I enjoy company too. But I have live streamed where I literally had no company, and that's the truth. I have had at least 3 like that where I was just me. Just me talking to the air. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Yep, more often than we like to admit, right? Hi Gaga, how you been, honey? Good to see you. Well, I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you. You saved me. I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you for that. I'm wearing my camo shirt today. My camo, sparkly. You can't really tell it's camo. In fact, when I bought it, I didn't know it was camo for the longest time. And I think my daughter told me, oh my God, that's camo. Didn't know it. Be right back. Give me 1 sec here. Sorry, guys. Oh, you gotta love trolls. They're lovely. Well, I appreciate that, Mike. Good. Me too, just hanging out. Hey, Karen, how you doing, love? It's good to see you. Hi. Oh. Trolls stink. Trolls stink. But they happen, right? It's a fact of life. Especially on YouTube, but anyway, so anybody got plans tonight, or just gonna hang out with me and chat away? Relaxing and chatting. Awesome. Me too. I just figured I'd have a beer and hang out. How's your dog doing, Karen? You said better, but how much better? I've got a candle going still. Hi, Yad. How are you doing tonight? Oh, I was going to show. Dagnabbit. So I just want to show you guys real quick. My friend Jennifer, the taxidermy witch, has a channel, and she's been talking about this book, and I just wanted to say I got it today. I got it. I'm so excited. I can follow along now. I got it. Earth Power. I'm so excited. Scott Cunningham. So I can follow along now when we're reading it on her channel. I'm excited. Oh, that sounds delicious, Mike. Oh, good, Karen. I remember you saying that. I hope she's a lot better and not just a little bit. I remember you saying that, so I'm glad that's going to take care of the problem. I'm so glad. So glad. I don't like it when my doggy's sick, so I know how that feels. Sometimes she gets under the weather and isn't feeling well, but it's because she's older. So sometimes she just has bad days, you know. She just has an icky day where she just doesn't feel very good. So I know that I don't like it. Her appetite is back. Oh, good. Good, good, good. I don't like it when she's having a down day, so I know what that feels like when your dog is sick and not feeling well, or your pet, your love of your life, whether it's a dog, a cat, a gerbil, or whatever it is, when your fur baby is feeling down. I know what that's like. Hi, Voodoo. How you doing? It's good to see you, honey. Hi, Classic Time. How are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. We're just sitting and chatting. Nothing important to talk about. Just kind of sitting back, having a beer and having a chat. Yes, our fur babies. Our fur babies are our life, aren't they? Hi, Muttnuts. How are you? Good to see you. Been a while. Oh, you just finished up on Twitch? That's cool. You know, I was going to start a Twitch channel. They have them there for witches as well. But I just never got around to it. I like beer and fur babies too. Yes, I do, Voodoo. Oh, you just got done with a 4-hour live? My lord, I'd be tired too. I get a 2-hour in there and I'm exhausted, but there are times that I've done 3, and 3 hours just kills me. But I have a friend who did a 15-hour live once, and I don't know how she did it. I really don't. I don't know how she did it. Because I remember one day I went for 4 hours, I think it was, doing an herbal hutch I have. Hi, Jan's Life. How are you? And that 4 hours nearly killed me. I was so exhausted when it was over. It took me, we did 2 days, and one was 3 hours, I think, and one was 4 hours. And by the time that 2 days was over, it took me like 4 or 5 days to recoup. So I don't know how in the world my friend did 15 hours and survived. I don't think I could have. Not 15 hours. That's just terrible. 6 hours, yeah. I don't even think I could do 6. I'm telling you, 3 hours and I'm exhausted. I have done 3 hours, and 3 hours was just a little bit too much for me. Hey, Daily Grind, how you doing, love? It's good to see you. Yeah, 3 hours is a lot for me. I'm marketing myself to go live every day this month for at least an hour, if not longer. That's cool. That's cool, Nuts. You know, there's a big challenge out somewhere I just read a challenge, a 30-day challenge, an hour a day for 30 days. I just read that somewhere. Hi Midwest, how you doing, love? It's good to see you. Yes, me too, Daily Grind. Good night, Mike. It's 11 here too, so you must be on the West Coast. Have a good sleep. It's good to have you come in, and thank you for rescuing me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm drinking beer. Just having Coors. What are you having tonight, Daily Grind? Oh, you're so welcome, Mike. I appreciate you saving me. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. They're just plain. I didn't even paint them this time. I just left them plain, Midwest. You only have 681. Ah, okay. I have a little over 1,600, I think. Bourbon, there you go. In Maryland, okay. Mike saved me tonight. Thank you, Mike. I was in here all by myself talking to myself. It took me another 5 or 6 minutes to get this thing going, but once I got it going, I was in here all alone, and Mike Hart came in and saved me. Bourbon, bourbon. So what kind of bourbon you drinking, Daily Grind? Five hours southeast of DC. I see. Well, I am moving 1 hour. What are you sorry for, Jan? I am moving 1 hour south of Houston very soon. What did I miss? What are we sorry for, Jan? You just see my live pop up? Yeah, I didn't want to. Oh, that's okay. Luna works. Luna, Candy, Lunea, Corner, Miss Corner. I get called all kinds of stuff. It works. Okay, Classic. Yeah, it all works. I'm not picky. Luna works just fine. A lot of people call me Luna because it's easier than trying to say Lunea, because they don't know if it's pronounced Lunea or Lunia or how it's pronounced. So a lot of people call me Luna, and that's just fine with me. I'm not picky. Not picky a bit. I do have good news. Daily, I haven't had a cigarette in 2 days. And I've only had 13 cigarettes in the last 6 days. So ever since I bought this, I've been cutting back, and in the last 2 days I haven't had any. So I'm actually, I think I'm quit. I think I'm good to go. Hey Briones, how you doing, love? It's good to see you. Thank you, Briones. Yes, please smash my like button. I appreciate that. It's so good to see you. How you doing? Yes, Midwest, I'm proud of me. You quit on Friday, Daily Grind? Really? Are you vaping? Deep in the heart of Texas. That's right, thinking of others. That is right. Right down in the Gulf. Thank you so much, thinking of others. Yes, we are on the same journey, Daily Grind. It's hard. It's not easy, but I will say the vaping made it pretty easy. I haven't had any, I haven't had any bad problems from it or anything. Oh, cold turkey. Oh my gosh. You get my praise. Oh, thank you, Jan's Life. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Hi. Huh? Excuse me just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. Jan's Life, I appreciate that so much. I really, really do. And thank you. 14 years Daily Grind. I started at 14 years. And I am 33, almost 34. So I'm, what is that, 40 years smoking this year? 40 years smoking this year. I had to do something. Yeah, I had to do something. And I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Cold turkey is very difficult. I'm so proud of you. You won't relapse. Be sure you won't relapse. Just say, I won't relapse, and you won't. Believe it. Believe it, and it will be. Believe it, and it will be. I know I'm not going to relapse. I don't even doubt it. I'm not going to let it happen. I just believe it. I believe I'm not. So, in fact, I'm going to buy a couple of my refills before I leave, just in case they don't have the same kind there, because they're the ones I like, and that way I'm covered. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing, honey? It's good to see you. I'm glad you guys know each other. That's awesome. Hi, Stephanie. I'd missed you, darling. I'm sorry. Hi, how are you? Yes, chewing gum helps. It does help. I'm so glad for you, Daily Grind. I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you're doing good, Kenneth. That's awesome to hear. Stuff all over my floor. I've been packing like crazy the last few days. I don't know if you guys can see, but my room is empty except for the boxes I'm still packing. So I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Okay, Jan. I'll call you Jan. Oh, Lord. So what have you all been up to? You wouldn't have mentioned it? Yeah, it's harder, I think, when you talk about it sometimes. It's a little harder. I understand that, Daily Grind. But I think it's cool that we're on the same journey. I think that's awesome. I did pack my spell book. I did. It killed me. It was the very hardest thing I did. I packed it with my feather quill and my inks. I wrapped my inks really tight, and I packed them all together in the same box. And it was hard. That was probably the hardest thing I packed other than my crystals yet. That was the second hardest thing I packed, honestly. It really was. Jezebel, it's so good to see you, love. Hi. Yes, I did. I packed it, and that was hard. Yes, my room is getting bare. I'm packing so much. It's hard. I'm really happy to move Midwest. It's just hard to put your things in a box and know you're not going to see them for probably at least a month, or at least a good 2 to 3 weeks, somewhere in there, because it's going to take time to get there. It's like a week to get there, and then you got to get everything sorted out from storage to the place you're going to be, and getting it unpacked and all that good stuff. And it's just going to be a while. So we're moving in 9 days, Jezebel, on the 15th. I should be knocking on wood. If everything goes the way it should be, everything runs nice and smooth and nothing snags up, we're leaving on the 15th. So, yes. 15th. Thank you, Karen. Thank you. Yes, please hit my like button. I would appreciate it very much. Thank you, Briones. Thank you for sharing and hugging everybody. Yeah, Jez, I'm hoping it's not that long, but I'm looking at it like it's gonna be, because then if it's not, I'll be excited, and if it is, I'll be prepared. I guess that's the best way to say it. It's scary. When I packed my crystals, I almost cried packing my crystals. I mean, I kept out a few stones that were really special to me. And I don't know if you can see this box. Hang on a sec. Can you see that wooden box back there? So that's going to be immediate stuff, along with my little altar box. That's going to be immediate stuff that I have when I go. It's going to be in the trunk or the pickup or something with us. Yes, I'll send that to you, Jezebel. I'll send that to you tonight. And so I will have necessities, you know, that type of thing. My altar, immediate candles, my tarot cards, a few stones that are important to me, you know, that type of thing. I'll have those things, but it's hard to be away from your witchy room and your stuff, and it's going to be a while before I have a witchy room. The room that will become my witchy room will, for the first month or so, be occupied by my daughter until she's able to find a place of her own. So I won't even have a witchy room for the first month or so that we're there. So it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. But all things go as they should. All things go as they should. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hi, Vino. It's good to see you. How you doing? Yeah, Jen. It's hard. Vino, we just hug each other and see how it goes, sweetheart. Hi, Javi. Make a wish. Make a wish. It's 11:11, guys. Make a wish. Okay, I made my wish. How you doing, Javi? It's good to see you, sweetheart. I'm floating back up to see if I missed anything. Okay, I'm caught up. You're tired, Javi? I'm so sorry. Did you work all day today, Javi? You were almost off work, I think, when we were talking. Oh, no, that was Jessie. I'm good. I'm doing really good, Vino. Thank you. Just packing away, packing away. Slow and sure. You know how that goes. It's not that slow. This last couple of days has been pretty quick, so we've got to speed it up. We don't have a lot of time left, so we're pushing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, that's what I'm doing, Javi. I'm having me a couple of beers. Hi, Chris. How are you? We're moving Javi from California to Texas on the 15th of this month. So the crunch is on. The crunch is on. So they say. Miller Tall Can. Okay. I'm a Coors drinker. I like my Coors, or at least my blondes. I've been talking to, yes, yes, Javi, yes. I've been talking to a gentleman by the name of, oh my God, I just had his name and lost it. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Bob? Rob? Oh, he's one of my favorite channels. He's a beer reviewer. And he's been talking to me a lot about beer and golden ales. And he said that golden ales and blondes are a lot alike, and they're very much like Coors, and that I would probably enjoy both of those. So I'm thinking of trying a few, see how it goes. Marif, hi, how are you? Your mountains are always blue? Oh, thank you so much, Jan. I really need it. I really, really do need it. Things have been rocky, you know. It's like one day everything's going smooth, and the next day it's not going so smooth. And the next day everything's going to work out, and the next day it's not going to work out. So I really appreciate that. I could use all the positive vibes I can get. And that's the honest truth. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It's kind of, you know how it goes when you're moving. You know, it looks like everything's going to go smooth, and then it looks like everything's going to fall through the floor. And then the next day it looks like it's all going to go smooth, and it's back and forth. And so, yeah, I could use those positive vibes. I way appreciate that. Okay, Jezebel, I love you, darling. Have a great day. Thank you, Sean. I pray you are too, darling. Nothing major but the basics. Yeah. Yeah, this move is a pain in the rump. I'll tell you that. I'll be glad when it's over. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's a life experience, and I should try to soak it in and enjoy it, because when I look back on it, I will have learned a lot from it. So I should accept and appreciate it. But at the same time, I just kind of want it to be done, because it's so much, you know how a move is. It's stressful. It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of stress. So you're just like, go away already. Yeah. So I'm trying to look at it as a blessed situation. I keep shaking in my camera. I keep noticing my camera moving, and so I'm sorry for that, guys. I have a habit of shaking my leg, so when I shake my leg, it makes my camera shake, and I don't mean to do that. But I keep catching myself doing it. Good night, Sean. Have a good one. Oh, that's cool, Javi. I think that's cool. Sorry, guys. I had to do that. Sorry. Anyway, I think it's awesome, Javi. I think it will be absolutely awesome. I told you, Karen, all the time. All the time in my channel. Aw, thank you thinking of others. I appreciate that so much. I really do. I think that's awesome, Javi. I would like to do one too, but at the moment I've got so much on my plate, I have to wait. But I am going to do one that says you are divine, sacred beings of light and love. I am going to do the one that says that because that's what I say at the end of all my shows, all my videos and all my lives. So I am going to do one that says that, but it's going to be a while because I've just got so much on my plate right now. But I think that would be awesome to have one that said that. I love that everyone's doing them. I love bloods. Uh, I love skins. I love them all. I wish I could buy one of every one of them. I will. I will definitely have you. When I get to that place I can. I definitely will. Yes, Jen, exactly. Ah, Robert, I'm glad you caught me too. Nice. How you doing? I don't mind a bit, Javi. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't mind a bit. Lots of people call me mom. I have a whole group of people in Texas that call me mom. Doesn't bother me a bit. Not one bit. So what are you guys all up to tonight? Anybody got any plans? Or are you just kicking it and hanging out with me? To me, my plans are just to kick it and have a couple of beers. I have packed and packed and packed, and I finally decided I'm just going to have a couple of beers and hang out with my friends. Oh, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Karen. I can't wait to see all the things that I can forage on my way there. I want to do exactly what Jen did, and everywhere we stop, forage something, so that when we get there, I have these new, this new collection of things. So how you doing tonight, Robert? Oh, you're at work. Oh, that stinks. But at least you're able to get on. That's nice. Yes, cheers, Daily Grind. Cheers. It's a plus. Why is it a plus? I'm going to take my rings off. They're bothering me. At least the loose ones. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet me. It's a pleasure to meet you too, Robert. I'm glad you made it. Karens are great people. I agree with that. I have a lot of good friends named Karen. At least three good friends named Karen. You gotta love autocorrect. Yeah, I do a lot of voice text just because I type so slow on texting, so it's easier to do voice text, and it gets me every time. It gets me every time, and it's usually something dirty. Don't you hate that? Robert, I'm a witch, so I do all kinds of stuff. I do candle spells, I do oil spells, I do a combination of the two. I do puppet spells and jar spells, and I do life coaching, and I do spiritual healing, and let's see, Reiki and crystal healing, and I do all kinds of stuff. I just do all kinds of stuff. Hey, Actual, how you doing? I am an empath, yes, sir. How about you, Robert? What do you do? Ah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Wow, that is cool, Javi. I bet that's fun. Thank you so much, Robert. That makes me feel really good. I appreciate that. What colors do you see? I just quit smoking, so I'm anxious to see what colors you see. It sounds fun, Javi. I bet it is. Oh, you're colorblind. Okay. Okay, so you can just see the glow? Oh, that's not too bad, Javi. You know what I found was I couldn't quit smoking with a vape either when I bought the cheap one. But when I went and bought an expensive one, I was able to quit, and I had to buy the more expensive one. I didn't buy the like hundred and something dollar one. This one was 60. It was 120 with everything with it. It was $120. So and that's with the liquid and everything with it, and the battery charger, the whole everything, the extra coils, the tank, the whole 9 yards was $120 after everything. So that's taxes, all of it, and it doesn't choke me. Now the other ones, the smaller ones, did choke me, and until I learned how to smoke it, it choked me. But you can't inhale it like you do a cigarette. You can't like suck it into your mouth and then inhale it. You have to inhale it as you suck it. Otherwise, it does. It chokes you to death. It'll choke you absolutely to death. It will me too if I don't do it right. But you have to inhale it as you suck it, and then it doesn't. So try it again, and try it like that and see if you can't use it, because it's been a lifesaver to me. I'm not kidding. It's been a lifesaver. But very gifted, and yes, the white light. Oh, Robert. Wow, that's very cool. Something drew you the other night. I tried to catch your live stream but missed it. Oh, Robert. I can sense energy. Very much so. Wow, that's very awesome. That makes me feel very nice. Thank you so much, Robert. Yeah, Javi, I hope that helps you. Yeah, you got to be careful how you inhale it. Oh, Midwest. Karens are always nice and sharing. Aw, thank you, Robert. You're such a sweetheart. I really appreciate you. You seem to have a very gentle soul. That's very nice. I appreciate that so much. I really do. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That does make sense to me completely. I really appreciate that. Well, I'm glad you were drawn to me and that you felt like coming and visiting. That means a lot to me too. I hope you enjoy yourself while you're here. I really do. And maybe if you have any suggestions on videos or anything you'd like to see or any of that, you could just let me know, because I'm always looking for suggestions on videos. Always looking for suggestions on videos. I've been missing everybody lately. I've been so busy with packing, I don't get to see anybody. I've even been missing Jen, the taxidermy witch, and I'm always catching hers, and I've been missing everybody. I did, Cameron, and I haven't had a cigarette in 2 days. I'm doing really good. Oh, I wish you the best too, Javi. Please have a great, 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 great night, and I hope you get him to sleep quickly. Thank you, Robert. I will do my best to be just me, and hopefully that's good enough. Thank you, thinking of others, for sharing and getting to know everyone. That's awesome. I did get a vape, Cameron. I've had, let me see, 13 cigarettes in the last 6 days, and in the last 2 days, I've had none. None at all. I've completely quit. Hey, Arthur, what are you up to, kid? Good to see you. How's it going? So you're getting new ones, Jan? Is that what you mean? Good night, Javi. Much love. Thank you so much, Robert. I'm doing really good, Arthur. I'm doing really good. It's good to see you. If you're asking me, Jan, which ones to start with, I have a few suggestions. Judy Hall has books on crystals that start with it's getting there. It is getting there, Slitha. 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 I always say it wrong. Oh no, Cameron, that's not good. Oh, yours were taken. Oh, Jan, I'm so sorry to hear that. Judy Hall, the Crystal Bible 1, 2, and 3. I suggest those. I don't know if you're into herbs, but if you are, Scott Cunningham's The Magical Encyclopedia of Herbs. People always say your name wrong. Oh, they were in storage. I'm so sorry to hear that, Jan. Let me have a few minutes. I'm going to name a few others that are really important, I think. You like herbal tea? I like beer. I like herbal tea. I love ginger and chai tea so much. Okay, Robert, I'll see you in just a few minutes, honey. Witchcraft and crystals. Okay, witchcraft and crystals. I just need to give it some thought, and some people have come in the room, so I want to be sure I don't ignore anybody. Jar of cashews for me. Are you eating too many cashews, Karen? You like herbal tea. That's so great, Clisona. Does that count? Natty Light. There you go. Well, I'm drinking Coors. That's my drink. So it's not my drink, but it's my beer. So we'll be moving to Texas. I don't mind at all, Robert. Hey, Wiz House Media, how you doing? I am really excited, Slita. It's been a roller coaster up and down on whether everything's going to go smooth or not. So I'm trying to be excited, but you know how things go when you're moving. Everything's just blah, blah, blah. One thing or another. Yep, that's me, Ham. I'm a great big alcoholic. Hi, B. How you doing? Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. Howdy, partner. Yeah, everything's going to go fine, Slita. You know how it is. Exactly. Positive vibes. Exactly. Exactly. I agree. It's good to see you, B. I'm so glad you stopped in. I appreciate it. I agree, Jan, especially when it's been a rough day. Kid, can traumatic exposure open someone up to more spirits and energy and all that? I have no idea, Slita. I have no idea who he is. Robert, I think at times it can. Ham, go away, honey. I do think at times that it can, Ham. I really do. And that's just my thoughts. But I do think, Robert, I do think at times that it can, Robert, open you up to more energies and things that are going on. I think that your mom was into the dark side. I'm sorry. I know that's kind of hard to hear it. Now, I actually hit him, guys. You don't have to be timing him out. I hit him. He gone. We think a lot. Yes. I do think that hard times can absolutely open someone up to things. Yes, I do think that, Robert. Yes. But I think the path we choose is our choice. I don't think it's necessarily predestined. I think the path we choose is our choice. So whether the dark or light was brought in, I think it's your choice which way you go. I understand that. I totally get that. But you know, Robert, you can go to counseling that's not necessarily counseling. You can go to spiritual counseling that helps just as much. It is all the intent of the heart. I agree. For instance, I do. Bye, B. Love you, sweetheart. Have a good night. I do spiritual counseling. I don't do standard counseling, but I do spiritual counseling, and I believe that it helps just as much because the spiritual side of things is where your questions lie. So you should probably maybe check into getting some spiritual counseling. And now I'm great, so life is my direction. I made it through. Exactly, Slita. Exactly. Yep, I agree. Yeah, Slita's got a great channel with his house. He's got a great channel. Exactly, Robert. Yeah, especially if you're into sports. Slita's channel is absolutely amazing. I'm not so into sports, but I really enjoy Slita's channel anyway, just because it's fun to be there. He's fun. Cheers, Slita. Yep, completely out of debt. That is so awesome. I don't know how you did it, but that is kick-ass. I don't even know what that would be like to be totally out of debt. Right, Robert. I can understand that. You do. You have comical stuff. How? How, Slita? Excuse me. You're probably just really empathic, Robert. Right. You admitted you were in debt. True, Jan. That's very true. Second, I called in 3 companies because I was being served by the courts in all 3 in 1 month. Oh my gosh, ouch. You're very welcome, Robert. I look forward to seeing you again, too. I hope you come back. I'd love to talk with you some more. I hope you have a really good night. Wow, Slitta, that's awesome. That is awesome. I've been actually working on mine too slowly. It's going to take a while, but I'm working on it. Much love and light to you too, Robert. Remember, you're a divine, sacred being of light and love. Remember that, and I love you very much, and I mean that with all my heart. God bless. Goddess bless. Wow, that is so awesome, Slitta. I'm so happy for you. I can only imagine what that's got to feel like. And you could actually own a home now if you wanted to. I know I will. I know. I'm very determined. It's just going to take some time. I only owe like I think it's maybe 2,000, 2,500 altogether, and I'm already whittling it, so I'm doing really well. You're saving. That's awesome. That's a good idea. And I think I'm pushing it at saying 25. I don't even think it's that much. You're welcome, Jan. I wasn't quite done with you. Let me think. See, I packed all my stuff or I would have so many more suggestions. Hi, Perry Host. It's good to see you, honey. Jan, let me think. What path are you on exactly, Jan? Just witchcraft, or are you Wiccan, or are you I don't know exactly what path you're on. Thank you so much, thinking of others. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, they would, Slitta, but with the move and all that, I couldn't negotiate anything down. Hey, Earthy, how you doing? Yeah, I couldn't, Slitta, with the move and all that stuff. I would have to wait until I got some more savings. Because the move is taking every penny. Yeah, every penny. And then some we're actually borrowing, so yeah, I will. I mean, and it's just going to be some time. Celtic Way Wiccan. Okay, awesome. That helps. Are you familiar with Scott Cunningham at all? Oh yeah, I know you do. Especially if you were that far in and you pulled yourself out. So you totally know. I know you do. Okay, so if you don't have his first two books, I suggest you get those just because they have such good info in them, which is Solitary's The Solitary Wiccan's Path to Witchcraft, or something along those lines. And number two is Further Studies of the Solitary Wiccan. And then any of the Scott Cunningham books after that would be a help for you as far as spells go, like the oils. I think it's called, just give me one sec. Oils, Brews, and something else. But if you look up Oils, Brews on Amazon, it'll come up. And then don't forget that if you're into herbs at all, don't forget that magical encyclopedia of herbs. And then I was going to tell you, are you leaving? Okay, Slutta, you hang in there too, honey. It was really good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by. So we loved you, darling. There's another one I want to tell you about. It's called The Encyclopedia of Magical Ingredients. And this is a good book whether you're into herbs or not, because it mentions ingredients, period. You studied Raymond Buckland? Okay. This book is about ingredients, period. So we're talking like newspaper, chocolate, bananas, I don't know. Just ingredients in general, all kinds of ingredients. And it's by Lexa Rosian, Rosean, Lexa Rosian. And she is not a great well-known author, but this book is amazing because it has just a wealth of information. It has herbs in it, but it also has stones in it. It has things like sand in it, newspaper, fruits and vegetables, grasses, chocolate. There's something else it has in it that I found so odd. I'm trying to remember. Oh, glass, mirrors. It just has all these ingredients that you won't find just anywhere. So it's a really good book as well. And because all my books are packed, that's like all I can think of off the top of my head. But you know what a good source is. Oh, no, I'm wrong. Earth Power. Scott Cunningham, Earth Power. I just got this book, and it's got everything in it you could want to know. It's got sea witchery. It's got, here, let me read you. I just got it today. Let me read you the contents, the table of contents. I just got it today and I couldn't wait to get it. I was so excited because a friend of mine is reading it. I don't know if you don't know, if you know Jen, Jenn, the taxidermy witch. But if you don't know her, you might want to get to know her channel because she is amazing and she is a wealth of information. But so part one is the basics, touching the earth, magic spelled out, techniques, the elements in magic. Part two is elemental magic, so it's earth magic, air magic, fire magic, and water magic. Part three is natural magic, which is stone magic, tree magic, image magic, knot magic, candle magic, wax magic, mirror magic, rain, fog, and storm magic, and sea magic. And it's all in this one book. And it's not a huge book, but it's got a plethora of information in it. And it's called Earth Power by Scott Cunningham. Really good book. And you're so welcome, Jan. I hope I helped in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, all my books are packed, and so remembering them off the top of my head is just really, really hard. Okay, Karen. I agree with you, thinking of others. Thank you for advertising her channel. I appreciate that. It really is a good book, Jan. I hope you are able to get it. It was like $9, maybe 9 something on Amazon. It was really inexpensive, and it was a good buy. I'm very happy I bought it. I'm really happy that I bought it. And if you want to know more about a lot of different books, I don't know if you're into hoodoo at all, but there's a lot of good books out on hoodoo that you will find on Jen the Taxidermy Witch's channel under her videos. They're in the title. The names of the books are in the title, and I can't remember them to save my life. But they're really good books, and she reads them on her videos, on her lives. And they're really good books, and you'll see them in the titles, the name of them in the titles. Thank you, thinking of others. At any rate, she's got a really good channel, and she's, like I said, she's a plethora of information. She's got so much info, and she's got so much knowledge, and she's just a great channel to belong to. She does a live almost every day, if not every day, and sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. And she's just got so much knowledge, and she's got a great Etsy shop up, and she does her own oracle decks, and she's just a great gal. You just should check her out. Again, it's Jen, Jenn, the Taxidermy Witch. And I think you'll love her. I think you'll love her to pieces. She's just great. I really encourage you to check her out, though, if you haven't. She's the one that turned me on to that book. She started reading it a couple of days ago, and I was just like, I have to have that book. Yeah, I hope you find her and enjoy her, because her channel is just amazing. Amazing. She's one of my biggest influences. Well, she's my biggest influence for getting on YouTube, and has become one of my greatest friends. Literally one of my dearest friends. And the cool thing is, I'm moving to Texas like 9 days from now, and she's moving to Texas sometime in this summer. So it's going to be awesome, because we're only going to be at the most an hour apart. So we're going to get to actually hang out with each other and do workings together, whereas now we're like 2 states apart. So that's going to be kind of cool. I need to take my watch off. It's hurting. So that's going to be kind of neat. Welcome back, Karen. It's good to see you back. I'm glad you made it. Having one. Cheers, Robert. So what's your favorite book, Karen? If you had to mention a favorite, I don't know, practice-related book, what would be your favorite book? I don't know. I think if I had to pick a favorite, I'd pick Scott Cunningham's Magical Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs. If I had to pick a favorite, that would probably be the one I'd pick. Best times to catch me on. Oh gosh, Robert. It's hard right now just because we're in the middle of this move to give you an actual time, because I'm so scattered when I'm doing the moving, you know, the packing and stuff. But probably at night is the best time to catch me on. If I'm going to be on live, it'll be at night, because during the day I'm so busy packing that the only time I have free is at night. So it would probably be at night around between 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock. I would be coming on, and that's Pacific Standard Time. Oh, good. Okay, good. Oh, love and light, Jan. Love and light. It's so good to see you. I'm glad we got to spend some time together. I really mean that. And thank you so much. I'm glad you like my channel. I can give you, you're in Indiana? Hi, Abandoned City. It's good to see you. So it's going on 3 a.m. for you. You're up late, Robert. Thinking of others, do you have Skype or Instagram? If you do, I could give you, oh, you don't. No Skype, no Instagram. How about Facebook? Do you have Facebook? I'm shaking my desk again. Sorry about that. I see my camera going up and down. I'm like, I'm doing it again. Actually, no, I'm on the Pacific Coast, so it's actually only 11:56 here. 11:55 here. You don't? Okay. Well, I don't know how I would get my address to you, darling. Soul, hi, darling. It's good to see you. How are you? I'm so glad you came by. What are you up to? Eight o'clock where you're at in the UK, Abandoned City? It's early there. Thinking of others, do you have an email? 2:57 in New York. My goodness. Oh, you wanted everybody to send me cards. I see. Well, I will have to wait till I get there to get a P.O. box, because I don't have one at the moment, because we're not there yet. So I would have to wait till I got there to get one. But I appreciate the thought. I really do appreciate the thought. Ah, I see, Soul. Did Lex get off? You guys, Soul is a sweetheart. If you don't have Soul, you might want to grab her. She is just a sweetheart and a very loyal friend. Very loyal friend. And I need to make her one of my mods. There you go, Soul. I agree with you, thinking of others. That fits your title so very well. Now what happened? Oh, it worked. Okay, there you go. I was thinking it didn't work, but it worked. Just took it a minute, that's all. Just took it a minute. Hey, how to make up your own mind? You are a loyal friend, bless your heart. Hi, Canadian Cali Prairie Girl, how are you? It's good to see you. How to make up your own mind? You are a very loyal friend. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Callie. Yes, you are a very loyal friend. Oh, thank you, thinking of others. I'm so glad I bring joy to you. That makes me very happy. It warms my heart. It really does. Hi, Irish. It's so good to see you, darling. Welcome. I am absolutely awesome, Callie. Thank you so much for asking. I'm getting a lot done. Oh, we have a new royal baby. Who do we have? What do we name him or her? Is it a boy or a girl? I didn't even hear. I try to get on every day or so just to check if I have messages so I can chat with people, Robert. I actually do that. I agree with you about that, how to make up your own mind. I do agree with you about that. No name given at the moment, but it's a boy. Okay. Oh, how awesome. Okay, great, Robert. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll talk to you as soon as you talk to me. I would be happy to answer you. You bet. No problem. It's got a little place there where you can send me a message. I'd be happy to talk with you. That is too cool. They had a little boy. That's too awesome. I'm so glad they had their baby. That's neat. You're so welcome, Robert. You're very welcome. I love to chat with people. It's really great. I just love it. That's why I put the info up there so I can chat with everyone. Thank you so much, Soul. Thank you. At the moment, usually I use my PayPal for my channel. You know what, Callie? I just quit smoking. I've had 13 cigarettes in the last 6 days, and I've been without cigarettes for the last 2 days. So I just quit. Normally I use my PayPal for my channel to buy herbs and so on to do workings on my channel. But at the moment I'm using my PayPal to get me to Texas. So if you do donate, that's what I will be using my PayPal for, is to get me to Texas. But I would greatly appreciate any help you offer. I greatly appreciate it. That's okay, Robert. I have been a smoker for 40 years this year. Would have been 40 years. I started smoking when I was 14. I'm 54 this year. So it would have been 40 years for me this year. Yes, I agree, Callie. I can do it. This vaping is a lifesaver. It has saved my life. I used to have a vape pen, and it didn't work to save my life. It did nothing for me at all. It choked me. That's all it did. And then I bought this vape pen, which is much bigger and has like a 3,000 something battery, and it works really good. And so it's been super easy to quit. It's just been like nothing to quit. It's literally been easy. And so, and to be honest with you, I tried to smoke my last cigarette was, let me see, the day before yesterday. So not not yesterday or the day before, but the day before that, and it was horrible. It was just horrible. I don't think I could smoke another cigarette. It was so bad. It was just so bad. So I don't want them anymore. I have no desire to want them. In fact, I gave all my packs to my husband because my buddy still smokes, and I just have no desire. And he doesn't smoke my kind. He smokes menthols. But I was like, I know you don't smoke them, but try to fit them in somewhere because I hate to waste them, but I can't. I just can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Nasty, nasty. Yeah, the taste is terrible. It's just terrible. It's so bad. It's funny because I remember people always saying it's like smoking an ashtray, and I never understood that because to me it wasn't like smoking an ashtray. It was like smoking a cigarette. And ashtrays smelled bad, but cigarettes didn't. But now I totally get that terminology. It's like smoking an ashtray. It really is. It's just terrible. Hey, Alex. Love you, darling. It's so good to see you. There. I did it. There you go, Lex. Hi, Paris. How are you? It's good to see you, honey. I'm so glad you're here. You stopped a year and a half ago, abandoned. Very, very much congratulations. It's hard. It's hard to quit smoking. That's awesome. That's awesome that you used herbal cigarettes to stop smoking. I was going to do that before I got the vape, and then, but the vape has helped me so much. I'm telling you, it's helped me so much. I honestly, I hated smoking, just so you know, Lex. I hated it. I hated everything about it. I hated the smell. I hated the habit. I hated the ashtray. I hated dumping ashes because they stunk. I hated everything about it. And I was just waiting for a vape that would work for me because I had a vape before that didn't work for me. And so I spent more money on a more expensive vape, and it worked. And I just threw the cigarettes out. I was just done. As soon as the vape worked, I was done. You know, Robert, I don't know much about them, although I know that there's a gal named Blue Witch who uses one, and it's kind of cool, and I have often thought I might like to have one. Okay, Robert. I just don't know much about them. You did, Paris? Yeah, it's been a blessing. It really has been a blessing. Yeah, abandoned city, that's exactly how I felt. And the clothes and the way it makes you smell and the way it makes your clothes smell and the way it just I just didn't like anything about it, and I just was looking for a way to quit, and it gave it to me. And the cost, oh my god, the cost was insane. And you know what? I get this huge bottle of liquid. This huge bottle of liquid costs me $20 for this huge bottle. And well, you can see how much I've used of it, and I've had the vape for 6 days now. I'm trying to put my finger on it. And that's 6 days worth of use. And I smoke it. You can see how often I smoke it. I smoke it all the time, which shows me I need to put some in. But I smoke it all the time, and I've used, you know, very little of this huge bottle. So at $20, it's going to be so much cheaper than smoking cigarettes, because the cigarettes were costing me an arm and a leg. Per month, You know, a pack of cigarettes in the state of California is like $7.50, one pack. A carton of cigarettes runs about $74 and some cents. And so, you know, it's $75 a carton or $7.50 something cents a pack. And if you're smoking a pack to 2 packs a day, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. When I could pay this cost me $121 after everything, liquid, the whole 9 yards was $121. Extra filter, extra tips, extra little doohickeys on the inside, extra everything with it, and the charger. It was $120 with the liquid. And that's going to last me a long freaking time. And that was less than a carton of cigarettes. So it was just such a smart idea. Just such a smart idea. $3.95. Oh my gosh, that is so cheap. I actually bought, okay, so I have two. This one is tobacco flavored. Oh, I gotta turn my camera. This one is tobacco flavored, and that's the one I bought first because I thought I was gonna need that flavor to get past it. But in all honesty, it was too harsh because it's 18 milligrams, and it was too harsh. So I went back because a friend of mine told me that cinnamon was better. And I got a cinnamon bun because they didn't have cinnamon. So I got a Cinnabon, which is the one I just showed you. And that's the one I'm using now, Cinnabon. And it works really well for me. Lungs even. Wait, I missed something. Smell. And it impacts the lungs as you get older. Yes, it does. I have COPD already. So proud that you quit smoking. You're inspiring to quit junk food. I'm an addicted. Lex, I'm addicted to junk food too. You're not the only one. $160 a carton. Oh my gosh, Callie. That's terrible. $14 a pack? That's insane.
That is insane.
$13 a pack, Paris? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry for you. You stopped smoking too, Soul? Yeah, I'll be right there. Just 1 second. I'm trying to catch up. Hi, Kirsten. How are you? I didn't get the shakes either, but it was a bitch. It was hard to stop. But this thing made it so easy. I'm not kidding. You going to bed? Okay. Love you. See you in the morning. Okay. Sleep good. You love me? She bring me a couple beers. From the bottom, where they're cold.
It doesn't signify love.
Yeah, it does.
I like that.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you, Briones. Thank you. Thank you, Soul. Thank you so much. Oh, my packing's coming along. I don't know if you can see my room, but it's getting really empty. I gotta turn my camera back on. There we go. So I have a box back here that I'm packing my important essential stuff in. Thank you, love. Good night. And then I have my altar box that I showed in the video. And then, so I have this box that I'm putting like tarot cards, incense. I'll be putting my statue of Hecate in there. And some candles. And then everything else is going in boxes. And that's hard. That's the hard part, is putting it all in boxes. That's been difficult. I'm having a hard time with that. I admit it. I'm having a hard time putting it all in boxes. The crystals, my book of shadows, all that stuff was hard. Oh, thank you, Paris. It's camouflage, glitter camouflage. You never smoked? Too many people that do, they're always complain about the money they spend on cigarettes. You're so lucky, soul. I'm so glad you never started because it's just so hard, so terribly hard to quit. I'm so happy that you never started because it's such a terrible habit. You know, my two girls never started smoking, either one of them. But both of my boys smoked. And my oldest son quit about a year and a half ago. And he quit cold turkey. He didn't use a vape or any of that stuff. He tried to use a vape, but it didn't work for him. And so he just quit. He quit smoking. It's probably been more than a year and a half ago. It's probably been more like maybe 2.5 years ago that he quit. But my younger son is still smoking. Still smoking. Oh, thank you so much, Lex. Thank you. Yes, I'm trying. I'm trying to get it to grow. I really would like to get to 1,000 by the time we leave so I could use my phone on the road. I don't know if that's feasible. It's only 9 days till I leave, so I highly doubt I'm going to make 1,000. But I've been trying. I've been trying really hard to grow it to 1,000 before I leave. I doubt it's feasible, but you know, one can hope. That would be fun, I think. I think it would be to be able to do it from the road. I can do it every night from the hotel room. I can do a stream every night, but I would have liked to have done it from the road on my phone. That I think would have been really cool. Everywhere we stop, you know, to just use my phone. It is possible, Briones, but I don't have the time to put in that I need to put in. Oh no, Kelly. Oh no, that's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, I don't have the time to put in that I need to grow my channel that quickly because I'm just too busy packing. But it's nice that I'm having such a high response to my channel. It means the world to me. Yeah, withdrawals are terrible. We're moving to Texas from California in the US. Well, I hope so, Kelly. I hope so. Oh, you were bullied? Your channel? I get some in here. I had some tonight. I get some. You're happy with that, Robert? Hi, Dee Dee. It's good to see you, love. How are you? You have friends in both states, Abandoned City? That's cool. Oh, thank you, Soul. Thank you so much. How you doing, Dee Dee? It's good to see you, love. I am hanging in there, moving and moving and moving and packing and packing and packing and getting it done. Very true, Abandoned City. Very true. Everybody say hi to my friend Robert H. And Karen. My friend Karen. Everybody say hi to each other. Love each other. It's nice when people become family. I agree, Soul. I agree. It can become too consuming. There was a while there where that's all I did was YouTube. All I did was YouTube. I mean, from the time I woke up till the time I went to bed, that's all I did was YouTube. And sometimes there are still days that I do that. It can become all consuming, that's for sure. That's because I'm awesome. Reindeer Rancher? Thank you so much, Soul. Thank you. No, it's not good to get burnout on YouTube. It's not. In fact, the last 3 days I couldn't get on a live. I could not get on a live. There was something going on with my OBS system where the algorithm, there's a code that you have to put into OBS to get it to work. And for some reason, every time I put that code in, it would change. So it wasn't working, it wasn't working, it wasn't working. And I couldn't get onto a live to save my life for like 3 days now. And it finally clicked in me what I needed to do. So I got it working. But it took me literally 3 days to figure it out and to get it working. And so, in all honesty, in that 3 days, I got more done than I've gotten done in a week. So it probably was, like Jen said, Jen the taxidermy witch said, it was probably your soul guys talking to you to get you to stay off YouTube so you could get more done. And she's probably right, because I've been on twice today when I should actually be doing more packing than being on YouTube. But at the same time, it was time for a break. It was time for a break. Ah, thank you, Soul. How sweet. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just have to scale back. You have a great night too, Robert. Blessings to you. Remember, you're a divine, sacred being of light and love, and I love you deeply from the bottom of my heart. I really do. Have a good night. Yeah, readings by Lex. Lexi Lex. It's hard. It's hard. You get stuck. You get stuck in that rhythm of being on every day, and pretty soon you catch yourself going, I haven't been on today. I've got to get on. And you catch yourself. I caught myself going, I don't have to be on every day. I don't have to be on every day. Because there for a while I was just like, I need to be on every day. I'm glad you met me too, Kelly. I'm glad I met you. You're awesome. I hope to see you more often in my lives. That would be cool. I just hang out. I really don't do anything special. I just hang out and chat. I don't usually have a big topic to discuss. I usually just hang out and chat with my friends. I suppose I could have a topic. I thought about doing a Q&A so people could ask me all kinds of questions and I could answer them, but I haven't done that yet. But I just like to hang out and chat with my friends. I miss them, and I haven't been able to be on in so long. I just miss everybody. I just miss them. Been a while. Aw, thank you, Paris. You're such a sweetheart yourself. Well, I'm glad you'll be here, Kelly. That's awesome. I'm glad to know that. I'm just me. I'm just me. Yeah, I think a Q&A would be fun. Maybe I'll try to do that tomorrow night. I don't know. I want to try to do it during the day. But like I said, the days are so busy. This next few weeks are going to be really busy. Good crystals for new collectors. I highly recommend the very first crystal you get is a quartz. I highly recommend the very first crystal you get is a quartz. Aw, thank you, Briannes. I think you're pretty stinking amazing yourself. The first crystal I recommend being a quartz is because quartz is like the crystal. It helps you with everything. It's like the all-purpose crystal. It does it all. Just be sure to cleanse it. You want to cleanse it in the moonlight at least once a month in the full moon. And then it will work for you again. And it does just about anything. It heals, it grounds. It's not, it is not a one-purpose crystal. So you're going to eventually want to get an obsidian. You're going to eventually want to get a hematite. You're going to eventually want to get, but at the moment that you're getting crystals, the number one crystal I would always recommend is quartz, because it's the first crystal that will do everything. If that makes any sense. So that's what I would say to get first, would be a quartz crystal, a good clear, nice clear quartz crystal. The next crystal I would say you should get is a selenite crystal. Selenite, because selenite will keep your quartz cleansed, but it does all kinds of other stuff. It'll ground you. It will help you with meditations. It just does everything. It helps with healings. It helps with psychic. You do a lot of readings, so it will help with that. It will help with so many things, Lex. Yeah, just a clear quartz. A clear quartz. Not just any quartz, a clear quartz. And then a selenite. And the next one I would say for you would be an amethyst. Definitely an amethyst. Yeah, selenite is really powerful. And the next thing for Lex, I would say amethyst, because Lex is a reader. And amethyst is really good for divination. And because you're a reader, I think amethyst is a stone you need. So I would say those three stones would get you started off so well. Right there, those three stones would really be good for you. The selenite will keep the amethyst and the quartz charged. It will do so much for you as far as grounding, meditation, divination. The selenite is just a good stone all around. And then the other two will do so many other things for you. So I would say those three stones right off the top. Yep. Yeah, we have a lapidary here that is absolutely awesome and very inexpensive. I can get just about anything I need here at no cost, hardly at all. They're very, very well priced. The problem is I'm leaving it. And that breaks my heart because I can't take them with me, and I know there are not going to be as good priced where I'm going. I know there's not going to be. Yeah, let me look it up real quick and make sure it's there, Lex, and then I'll tell you. I gotta find the right one. red blood. There it is. It is, I'll put it in the, let me make sure the stones are on here. Oh, come on. Where are the stones? Sorry, just give me 1 sec. I'm trying to make sure you can get to the stones from this website, because I want you to be able to get to the stones. If you can't, then default sorting. There's no search. There's no search. Well, that stinks. So she's going to have to go through everything? No, these are only showing 12. What? What? Oh, search. I found it. Hang on a second. Quartz crystal. Quartz crystals. Okay, just put quartz. Spell it right helps. Nope, they're not gonna do you any good. No, darling, I don't have any reputable sites. I do know some place that sells them really well, but they don't have a site that does it, so I'm just checking the chat. Callie, you know the power of the crystal is already in the crystal, and you just use it to amplify what you've already got going on. So if you've got a selenite, for instance, and you're gonna meditate, you just keep the selenite with you, and it amplifies the projection of your meditation. You don't really have to do anything to the stone to get it to do anything. It just amplifies the projection of your meditation. Same thing with the quartz. If you've got a quartz around and you're doing magics, for instance, if you're doing actual spells or ritual work or any of that, the quartz just amplifies the magic itself. You don't have to do anything to it. It just does it by being there. If you're trying to ground yourself and you've got an obsidian around, it just naturally helps you ground. You don't have to do anything to the stone to get it to do what it does. So you don't have to do anything. The stone just does what it does by being in the room with you or being in the situation with you. So you really don't have to get the stone to work. It just does it. Yeah, amethyst, rose quartz, and tiger's eye, great stones. It's expensive in the UK. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, the magic is already inside them, Kirsten. And to be honest, I'm a crystal healer, so laying them on your body is an amazing thing, in my opinion. If you can, so for instance, if you put a quartz crystal at the top of your head and you put an obsidian at the bottom of your feet, it will totally align your body in an amazing way, because the quartz is going to raise your vibration and the obsidian is going to ground your body all at the same time. So it's going to align your body in the most amazing way. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Crystals do amazing things on your body. Amazing things on your body. Let me see. Karen, rose quartz. Karen likes the rose quartz. Beautiful stone. I have a huge one on my coffee table. Just huge rose quartz on my coffee table. Callie, this is so cool. Uh-oh, I lost it. California is known for geodes, yes. Lex, Amazon is a great place for stones. I'm not saying they're the most reputable, but they do sell a lot of stones and they're not so bad to buy them from. If you live anywhere near, if you're in San Diego, you probably have some good rocks shops there, crystal shops that probably sell a few good stones, but you're going to pay for them because you're in San Diego. Oh wow, that's cool, Paris, that you can collect them on the ground. That's really cool. You can get them here too in a place called Clear Lake. They're just everywhere. Okay, Soul, I love you. Sleep good. Thank you so much for coming and helping out. I appreciate it. I love crystals too, Paris. I love them. I have a box and a half full of crystals. I just got a bunch of new ones. Oh my gosh, Tangerine, welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. Yeah, have a look around, Lex, because I'm sure you've got places there to buy them. You're really going to pay for them there. Jacob's Trading Post, that's cool. I love you too, Tangerine. It's so good to see you. Well, welcome, Aaliyah. Welcome. I'm glad to see you in my channel. Thank you so much for coming through. It's so good to have you. I'm checking to make sure I have you hugged, darling. And I don't, so I'm going to give you a hug. Be sure you give me a hug back. Thank you, Olivia. I'm going to call you Vlog. Olivia. Olia. I just need to say it right. I don't want to mess it up. Olia. Oh my gosh, just above North Dakota. I used to live in North Dakota. I'll never go back to North Dakota. I'll never go back to North Dakota. It was terrible. It took us about 6 days to get to North Dakota because of the weather. And it took us 10 months to get out of there. And I'm not joking. We were ready to leave right after we got there. And it took us 10 months to get out. Wish has a few crystals. Wish is pretty inexpensive, Lex. You might check that. Wish is pretty inexpensive. Oh my gosh. Callie, I'm so sorry. North Dakota is just terrible. It's terrible. We called on a house there once. I called on a house there once to purchase a house. And the guy literally said to me, this place is so set back in the 50s or something, that the guy said to me, if you want to buy a house from me, have your husband give me a call and we'll talk about it. Like a woman couldn't buy a house from him, my husband had to call. And that just upset me to the point. I was just like, I told my husband, I don't care if he's only charging $1,000 for that house, I don't want it. Oh my Lord, I was so upset. Oh, wouldn't that be awesome to mine your own? I've gotten a few. I've gotten quite a few actually. There's a place here up north where, no, not up north, down south actually, from where we're at now. It was north of where we used to live, but now it's down south from where we live. And we've gotten quite a few quartz from there, and some Herkimer diamonds. I actually have a few Herkimer diamonds from an old diamond mine in that area that would drop down into a creek that runs down below the diamond mine. So we have a few Herkimer diamonds and a few quartz crystals that ran down in that creek below the diamond mine, and that we got out of there years ago. And we have I have a few garnets that we got from a mountain up there, and some, oh, what is it called? I'm going to tell you what it's called right now. A mountain of, there was a whole entire side of a mountain made out of, and I've got some of it too, and I'm going to tell you what it is. I really am. No, I guess I'm not. I want to say sass is something, and that's not what it is. I just had it in my hand the other day, and I knew exactly what it was called, but I can't think of it right now. Now it's driving me nuts. I have to ask my buddy. Buddy, what's that green stone that was growing on the mountain down in the... No. It grew up... Serpentine. Thank you. Serpentine. Whole mountain of serpentine that grew, and there are a whole hillside. I shouldn't say mountain, but a whole hillside of serpentine. So we used to get that all the time. And then we got sulfur from Lassen Mountain. So there's a lot of minerals around where we are that we used to get, but we're leaving. So all the minerals are leaving with us. So, I mean, we're leaving them here. So, no, you can never have too many crystals. I agree. I agree. Let me see, where are we? 50s mindset, yes. Literally, Kirsten, it had a 50s mindset. You couldn't, they would not sell a house to a woman. They would not talk to a woman about finances. I would throw my stuffed animals over the fence just to have an excuse to go to the creek. That's awesome, Paris. That's awesome. Yeah, no, they had a very 50s mindset. They didn't want to deal with women at all. In collections, in money matters, in housing matters, you took care of the home, you took care of the family, and the man dealt with everything else. And that's really how they looked at it. I don't know that it's so much like that now, but this was back in the year 2001. And this should have been a modern time, 2001. But that's what it was like. That's exactly what it was like in 2001. It was very 50s minded. I mean, it was it was amazing. It was amazing to me that it was like it was. And when I called on that house, that did it for me. When we couldn't buy a house because they couldn't talk to my husband, I was ready to leave. I just thought, I do not want to live in a place where a woman has not even got the right to buy a house. I just don't want to live here. And that did it for me. Like the tornadoes weren't enough, right? Exactly, Tange. Exactly. I believe it has, probably, Callie, because so much has. I knew what you meant, Tange. So much has happened now, with the new oil things and so many more people moving there. So I'm sure that it's changed quite a bit by now. Dee Dee and Gypsy Blanchard. I've heard of Dee Dee. Dee Dee was just in here, actually. Um, but not Gypsy Blanchard, no. I'm sure that Fargo has, because I know that the oil thing has just blown up and it's become this big. I knew what you had. I knew what you had, Tange. Yeah, I had to leave, Kirsten. I couldn't live someplace like that. Oh, that's cool, Karen. That is cool. I guess there's rock hounding in Texas because Jen was talking about her mother-in-law joining a rock hounding group, and that Jen might actually join as well. And that excited me because I would love to join a rock hounding group, but I didn't know there were that many uh, places in Texas where you could rock hound. I didn't know, that type of thing existed in Texas. So that's kind of encouraging to me, very encouraging to me. In Idaho, now that was a great place for crystals. There was a shop out there at the ice caves in Shoshone that was just full of so many crystals and such an inexpensive price. More inexpensive than the place here, which is pretty inexpensive. I got my big chunk of quartz that I always show on the channel. I got that for $5. I mean, that was really inexpensive for this honking chunk of quartz, this beautiful point with little points coming off it. And then I got my fluorite, my rainbow fluorite wand for, I think it was $5 or $10. So I mean, they have really good prices here, but in Shoshone, Idaho, they were a lot better prices. I got Moki stones there for, I think they were $5 for a set of Moki stones. You can't find them online for that. You can't find them online for that. But then here is where I got the lingam stones, the Shiva lingam stones, for the little ones for $1 each. And then I don't know if I ever showed you, but I went back for the big ones. I got the big ones and the medium ones. The big ones were $5 a piece, and the medium ones were $3 a piece. And I went back and got both, the $5 piece ones and the medium ones. So I have the big ones, the medium ones, and the tiny ones. Because it was such a good price. I couldn't pass it up, because online, the large ones are $19.99 for one stone. And she was charging $5 for each stone. And that's a heck of a price. So I got them because I just thought, I will never find them at that price again. I would just never see them at that price again. So I went back and got them. And that was at a metaphysical store here in Red Bluff, where I live. Nobody tells me nothing. Not rock counting, rock hounding. You're a nut. I'm glad you're just chilling with us, how to make up your own mind. I told you before, those stones were such a good deal. Yeah, they really were a good deal. Is Callie going? You too, Callie. It was so good to visit with you. I hope you come back, darling. I had a really good time. I hope you have a blessed sleep, love. I gotta show you this, girl. Kirsten, I gotta show you this. If I can get them out. So I got these two. Woo! I got these two for $5 each. This one's pretty white, but still $5 each for these two. And then I don't like setting them on hard things. Yeah, it was a good deal. And then I got these two for $3 each. And then the little ones that you'd already seen. So, I mean, I had to go back because they were so inexpensive. And after looking online, because I looked online at the prices and I was like, oh my Lord, the big ones were $19.99 for one. And she had them for $5. So, yeah, I had to go back because I just knew I would never find them at that size again for that. Yeah, Kirsten. It was just an amazing deal. I couldn't pass it up. Have you worked with them a lot? No. No, I actually just got them. I knew about them, but I didn't know as much about them as I do now. I just got them, and I'm so excited. Yes, they would, Tange. That's exactly what I thought. I need egg cups to put them in. They'd fit perfectly. Exactly. I agree with you, Tange. That's exactly what I thought. Thank you, Breons. Thank you so much. Yeah, I couldn't, when I saw the price of those, I couldn't believe, and I bought a bunch of the little ones because I want to send some to my sister-in-law. Because the little ones, they're about this big, and they were only 99 cents each. So I bought 6 of those. So I could send her a set, and I'd have an extra set to give someone if I felt they needed it, or because that's how I do. That's just what I do. And then I'd have a set for me. But then I found out you don't need a set. One stone is a male and female. So one stone is all you need. It does everything. It's a male and female. Whereas I was thinking before that one stone is a male and one stone is a female. So I was thinking that you needed 2 stones, and you don't. One stone is both. And so one stone does it all. So she doesn't need a set. She just needs one stone. So that amazed me. Exactly, Tange. Excuse to go to a thrift store. Woo! Exactly. Yes, emotional crisis, and for working through, like for doing, what do they call it? Oh, what do they call it? When you're doing, I want to call it soul work, but that's not what it's called. It's called, oh, come on, you guys, help me. What is it called when you're working, your stone can reproduce itself? When you're working on yourself, I want to call it soul work, but that's not what it's called. When you're working on yourself, um, I can't think of it. Yeah, wouldn't that be awesome, Paris? Hey, D90, it's good to see you. Hi, how are you? No, it's when you're doing shadow work. Shadow work. They're really good for shadow work. There, I thought of it. Thankfully. Anyway, yeah, they're really good for shadow work. And they're good for shadow work. They're good for any emotional trauma you're trying to work through. They're good for, what was it else I read? They're good for emotional. They're good for spiritual work when you're trying to like connect with your guides and so on and working through meditations. I can't remember everything else. Identify as fabulous. There you go. Negative energies, yes, shielding from them. Shadow work is when you're trying to work on yourself, Lex, and on what you've got going on in your past, and you're trying to get through traumas and uh, anything that you're trying to get through with yourself, like jealousy, that you feel like you have jealousy over others and you're trying to get past it, or anger you're trying to work through, or anything you're trying to work through with yourself is called shadow work. Any past traumas, any past emotional baggage, anything like that is called shadow work. I'm so glad you're doing good, D90. It's good to see you. It's been a while. Well, it's been a while since I've been on a live. I've been having a hard time. Hi, Leslie. How are you doing? We are talking about crystals and stuff like that. Goodbye, Only. I hope you have a really good time. Yes, working with shadow aspects of yourself. Exactly. Yeah, we're talking about shadow work and crystals and what stones help with what and where you can get good stones. We're just talking about all kinds of stuff. Moving. We're talking about everything. Throw a subject out there, Leslie. We're good and open to it. DIY pendants. Any tips? Well, this one is an evil eye pendant that came to me today in the mail from Joyce Jordan, and the chain was broke and I had to fix it. This one is a DIY pendant. It looks like an onyx bead with a small onyx bead on top, and it's wrapped, and then excuse me, and then it's put on one of these types of necklaces that get shorter or longer. It's a type of wrap that gets shorter or longer. So you could do something like that. Oh. No real tips. I don't know much. I just use old necklaces and make new necklaces, if that makes any sense. Tack nabbit. Oh, I pulled it too tight. I lost the end. Oh There we go. I'm trying to wear all three of them. DIY pendants. I don't know. Candle kit. I just got a beeswax rolling candle kit from Amazon. Gonna make some spell candles for my dog with smelling the beeswax and trying to eat my dog away from the candle. Wrap a stone with silver or copper wire. Yes. Fun with your candle kit. Yes, have fun with your candle kit. That sounds fun. Then I attach it rather than spending money for those large cages for crystals. Yes, attach it with a loop and then buy, you can get a whole wrap of leather. Let me show you. Leather like this. You can get a whole thing of leather like this for like $7 on Amazon. A whole little spindle of leather like this on Amazon, and use that for your necklace part, and just wire wrap the crystals or whatever it is you're making a pendant out of. Amazon, yeah. Amazon. Look under, I think it's called Tandy. Tandy. Tandy leather strips or leather, it's not called strips, it's called Tandy leather. Tandy leather string? Tandy leather string, I think it's called. I hope that's what it's called, Tangy. Yeah, but it's on Amazon. Yes, yes, yes. Thingamabobs. You're a nut. I love you. Oh, thank you, Kirsten. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I bet it did, Tange. Pinterest is amazing. They have tons of ideas. You're welcome, Tangy. I hope you find it. If you don't find it looking under that, look under Dreamcatcher. Dreamcatcher materials or Dreamcatcher crafts or something like that, and you'll find it. Hi, Afro Italian Foods. How you doing, Afro? It's good to see you. I love your food. You make me so hungry when I watch your shows. I'm telling you. I know what you mean, Tange. Oh, good to meet you too, Abandoned City. I hope you have a really good night, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm doing really good, Afro. Thank you for asking. I'm packing, but I'm doing good. Tired. Been packing like a mad hatter. Especially yesterday and today. Yesterday and today were really busy days. Tomorrow, that. Tomorrow the top of that goes. All my walking sticks and staves go. My big broom. And then my oil cupboard, which you guys can't see from there. See my doll? She's right in front of my oil cupboard. So all my magical oils are in there, and they have to be packed tomorrow too. So that's going to be my next hard one. So my hard one, oh, Tange, I had to pack my Book of Shadows today, and that was so hard. So hard to do. But I packed it and my quill and my inks all together. So packing that and packing my crystals, those were the two hardest things so far. And my herbs, but my herbs weren't so hard because they're all in one box, and I can just open the box and grab the bag because they're all in one big bag. Like a, you know the kind of bag a bed in a bag comes in? They're all in that. So it would just be opening the box and grabbing that bag out, and I'd have all my herbs. So that's not so scary. But yes, Augustus is packed and it's killing me. No, the doll is actually got to go in a box too, and I don't know. Oops, wrong way. I don't know. I'm going to wrap her in a plastic bag, I think. She's not happy about it. She wants to go in the car. But I can't guarantee her safety in the car. You know what I mean? So she's going to go in a bag, in a box. She's not happy about it at all. Augustus, yes. Augustus, my Book of Shadows. He's not happy about being in a box either. No. I'm not happy about him being in a box. I wish I could just take everything in the damn car with me. And then there would be no place for Rosie, so I can't. It's terrible. I know, right, Kirsten? I know. Because she's my, I don't know if I've told you the story, Kirsten, but she's my house spirit. Let me get her. Huh. Oh, Victoria. She's my little house spirit. So she's been here a while. And I coaxed her into the doll so I could take her with me on the trip, so that she could live with us, because I don't think the next people would take care of her like we do. But I'm telling you, ever since I got the doll and coaxed her into the doll, no more happenings. Tangy. No more happenings, no more doors moving, no more cupboards, no more silverware, no more pots and pans, no more noises, no more nothing in the kitchen. She's just been sitting in my room and been with this little smile on her face. I don't know if you can see that little smile. Let me get her closer. Isn't she beautiful? I think she's gorgeous. But there's been no more happenings in my house at all since I got her. Yes, she's the lonely one I wanted to help. I think she enjoys it immensely because she hasn't, there's been no issues at all since she got in here. I do mix my own oils, Karen, yes. Let me see. Let me see your eyes, Victoria. They're actually blue. She doesn't look as happy right now. Usually she's got this kind of a smile on her face, but she doesn't look as happy right now. I think it's because she knows she can't go with me in the car. But I don't know if you guys have ever noticed, she's got this little freckle on the end of her nose. Do you see that? And it's not a smudge because I've tried to wash it off. Nope, it's just a little freckle on the end of her nose. She's so pretty. I actually have another doll, but I didn't pack her with her. Stuck in a box. I think it is the lighting that made her eyes look like that. Oh, she's so huggable and sweet. And I think she is scared. I think she doesn't know what to expect. I know that sounds silly because she's a doll, but I think she's more than a doll. And I'm going to try to give her her own area and not make her share with a bunch of stuff, because I don't think that would be fair to her at all. I think it would be better for her to have her own place. Yes, I really do connect with her. I think she's, I really think she is the embodiment of the spirit that was in this house. And we have had, like I said, no activity since I invited her to join that doll. We've had literally no activity. No clanking in the house, no silverware clanking, no cupboard doors, no doors of any kind, no nothing since I invited her to join the doll. And so I really think she did join the doll, and I think she wants to go with us, and I think she would be lonely if we left her here. So I think when I do put her in the box, I think it's going to be just her box, just her, and not make her share the box with a bunch of Karen, I got to tell you, when I did get her, her head has moved, and she has sat up straighter. Like when I first got her, I think if you watch the videos back to, I don't know which ones they are, but when I first got her, she sat like this, and now she sits very straight up, and her head has turned from side to side. It doesn't turn, like I can't turn it. It just does its own like little thing. So it has its own little life. I'm telling you, it really does. It has its own little life. I think so too, Tange. I think it was a good idea. That's a whole other video. Oh my gosh, hi Cameron, it's good to see you. You came back. "4:15 in the morning. How are you still up, Cameron? You're going to get in trouble. You know you're going to get in trouble, right? I'm telling. Oh my gosh, Tange. I know you are too, Cameron. You're going to get in trouble. I do too, Cameron. I just like getting up before it rises and not necessarily being up when it rises. Karen, why you keep retracting your messages, darling? Fab Tress, you're gonna miss. Fab Tress. Fab Tress. Favorite trees? Yes, I do. Tange, you want to know what they did? I don't have any pics on my phone, but my husband does on his. My buddy has pics on his phone, and you know what? I'm going to make him charge it just so I can show you. But we had a tree in our backyard. It wasn't our backyard, it was our neighbor's backyard. And in our neighbor's backyard, there was this enormous oak tree. And we watched it through the spring, the summer, the winter, the fall for 2 years. And they cut it down. I couldn't believe they cut that tree down because it was my tree. It was like our tree, our tree. We watched that tree every season and knew what was coming because of that tree. And up in the top, it had this huge ball of mistletoe that you couldn't get to. You could never get to it. It was just enormous. But they cut it down, and I couldn't believe the new lady bought the house, and when she bought it, they cut that tree down, and it was just enormous, Tange. Just enormous, and they cut it down. I was so sad. Yeah, it was terrible. I do too, Tange. I love trees. We have a big fruitless mulberry in our front yard. In fact, that's what my broom is made out of, a fruitless mulberry. Because, well, it was the only, I know, right, Kirsten? Yes, Cameron, I'm moving to Texas. They cut my stinking tree down. The fruitless mulberry was the only tree I had around to make a besom, and so, or a besom. So I wanted one. I wanted one really bad that wasn't like the one I had, which was very fake. I needed a real one that was made by me and that was spiritual and special, and so, and it was the only tree I had around to make it out of, so I did. And it's really special to me. It holds a special spirit to me and the whole 9 yards. But it's not ash, it's not hazel, it's not hawthorn, it's not any of the special woods that you hear it should be made out of. It's made out of a fruitless mulberry. But it just encompasses everything I need it to encompass. So it's my besom. It's mine. Yes, me too, Kirsten. It broke my heart. Yeah, fruitless mulberry, you. I know, right, Tange? Yeah, fruitless mulberry. Get off my lawn, you fruitless mulberry, you. That's great. That's awesome. Oh, I love weeping willows. But I will tell you the honest truth, my very favorite tree in the world is called a crooked willow. not a weeping willow. It's called a crooked willow. Crooked willows are amazing. So the branches on them are just all over the place, just crooked all over the place, crazy crooked. But they are a willow tree, and the branches, not the branches are crazy all over the place, but the leaves hang. Not super far like on a weeping willow, but they still hang. But the branches are just crooked, and the little stems that come off are crooked as well. And then the branches, the leaves kind of hang on them. Not super far though, but just beautiful. Cameron. I do too, Tange. I love them. Poor Cameron. Yeah, those crooked willows, Paris, they're just gorgeous. I have got a hair on my back that is just tickling the crud out of me, and I can't find it. Yeah, those crooked willows are gorgeous. That's what I made my wand out of. Sometime when we get, I think I've shown it before, but once we get settled and I start unpacking and get things going again, I'll show it to you guys again. But it's just, it's like a little snake. It's just crooked all over the place. I bet it did, Cameron. Okay. Don't anybody move. I have to go to the restroom. Don't move. I know how many are in here. Don't move. Okay, sorry. I'm back. And you didn't leave. I love you. Thank you. Yeah, right? Oh, we have pecan trees all over California too. Oh, poor Tangerine. You're freezing. So you buy them now? Ventriloquism. That's a whole other video in itself. I'm falling. Oh, you guys. This corner, did you see the video? I have my wife and kids. Oh, I didn't. I didn't see that, Cameron. I'm going to go to your channel and save it so I can look at that when I get done. I just got it open so I can go check that out when we get done. Oh, you said free so we didn't move. Don't move. Hi, Jason. How you doing, loves? Good to see you. Tangerine. You can move, darling. You can move. Poor Tangerine. Have you been like this the whole time? Oh, you're a nut. I love ya. I love ya, darling. My husband has become your new biggest fan. My buddy loves Tangerine. Love you too, darling. Did you eat all your chocolate buttons yet? Okay, I will, Cameron. I'll leave you a comment. She is amazing, Kirsten. She is amazing. And who could not love her, Paris? You're right. I will tell him. I will remind you to tell her to work on chai tea. Yes, Tangerine's awesome. My buddy's taken to lurking. Even if he doesn't talk, he's lurking. Most of the time he talks, but if he doesn't talk, he's lurking. Lunea vibes. Lex. Oh, you nut. Uh-oh. Mr. Stark. Hi, buddy, wherever you are. Yeah, everybody's saying hi, buddy, wherever you are. He said hi. Hey, you guys want to see? You guys want to see where my... Woo, almost... Hang on a sec. Let me scoot my chair up without holding the dish, and I'll show you where my Rose of Jericho is now. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? It's getting almost completely open. Isn't that beautiful how the green is on the inside? That amazes me. It just amazes me. I can't believe how stinking beautiful it is. Mr. Tibbles. Look at Mr. Tibbles. I've never owned one. This is my first one I've ever opened in my life. He's so beautiful. Unbelievable. I can't believe it. I've been keeping him on my altar. So tomorrow, from everything I understand, tomorrow I have to empty. I put My Rose of Jericho on my altar. 5 years looks beautiful. Thank you so much. I've never owned one in my life. That's the first one I've ever owned. And Joyce Jordan sent me that. She sent me 2. My other one I want to use for special new moon workings, and I didn't get it out on the new moon, so I just saved it. It's actually wrapped up in this beautiful bundle of safe, cushiony. It's wrapped up in here, and it's about the size of my fist. So I'm going to pack it in something extremely safe. But, and you get a Rose of Jericho. And you get a Rose of Jericho. Look under your chairs. You get a Rose of Jericho. But she sent me 2. So one of them I'm using for different workings that I probably shouldn't talk about. But that's the one that I'm using, Mr. Tibbles. I'm using him for different workings. And the new moon one, I named her Agatha. And she is actually packed and waiting for the next new moon. So she's wrapped and going to be packed and wait for the next new moon. And I'm actually putting her in my wooden box over there, behind the big box, in the wooden box, so that she'll actually be with me during the new moon. And I don't have to worry about unpacking her if I can't find her, or, you know, if things get confused or whatever, I'm going to put her in that box so that I always have her with me, Agatha. And probably Mr. Tibbles too, once he's dried out. And in all honesty, I'm going to put a couple of things in Mr. Tibbles and get his working going in the next day, like tomorrow. And I'll have to get him dried out as soon as possible, because we're leaving in 9 days, and I don't know how long it takes him to dry out any more than I knew how long it took him to open up. So, like I said, this is the first one I've ever owned, so excuse me. Look under your chairs. I love that, Tange. I will say this, though. I'm sad that I didn't buy a Rose of Jericho before. They're not that expensive. And I wish I had just spent the $6 or $7 to get them, because it's probably one of the most fun, exciting things I've ever done is open that Rose of Jericho. That was probably one of the most magical things I've ever been through, and I wish I had done it before. I love your things like me. They're family to me. You should hear me talk about my furniture. Okay, I talk to my furniture too. I have a money altar to my left. I have an ancestor altar to my right. And I am constantly saying I'm sorry to the ancestor altar, because that table has to be sold. And I'm so sorry that I have to sell it, but I have to sell it. And I have been for the last 2 weeks been saying how sorry I am to that table, that it has to be sold, but it does have to be sold. And I'm constantly saying to this one how lucky he is to be spared. And to this one back here that is my altar at the moment, how it has to go back to its original owner, because it's not our table. It has to go back to its original owner. And how I will have a new altar once we get moved. And so I totally get it, Tange. I talk to my things too. I know what you meant. I knew what you meant. You love how I love my things. Yes, I knew what you meant. Yes, we do talk to the things we love. Oh, I have conversations with everything. My hubby thinks I'm crazy. My buddy's just like, well, he doesn't really think I'm crazy anymore, but he used to think I was nuts. Premieres this fall on NBC. All these crazy witches talking to their things. There are some things you just can't not talk to, like that shelf right there, right there, that I used to keep all my herbs on, that my oils are on, that I'm packing tomorrow. That thing is probably close to 100 years old, and the love of my life, the love of my life. I love that cupboard so much. I love it. And I have talked to this other one and told it, if I have to get rid of one, I'm sorry, but it absolutely has to be you. And I don't want to get rid of you. I don't want to. And if I can at all avoid it, you're not going anywhere. But if I have to get rid of one, it has to be you. Oh, I know, it's nuts. It's nuts. I'd watch that too, Kirsten. I'd totally watch that. At the moment, Cameron, I'm using what's called cinnamon bun, I think. It doesn't taste like cinnamon bun. It doesn't taste like a cinnamon at all. And it tastes like a tobacco with a little sweet aftertaste. Honestly, it doesn't taste like, it's not like a cinnamon bun at all. It's like a tobacco with a sweet aftertaste. That's the best way to describe it. But it works. I do too, Paris, because I've had that shelf for years. And it used to have a top part to it. It was a huge bookcase. And it had a top shelf to it that was enormous. And I had to get rid of that like 3 years ago. The back broke, and there were pieces on it that were breaking off, and the shelf broke, and I had to get rid of it. So I kept the bottom. Yeah, I wonder what it thinks too. And the result of the shelf going is... Hi, Di. How are you? You are not coming to Texas. Oh my God. I'm hoping to take all of my stuff, but you know, it just doesn't always work out the way we hope. So who knows? Who knows what'll happen? There is just no telling. No smoking, Di. Nope, no smoking. I am on a vape now, and I've given up smoking. Good night, Karen. I love you so much. I hope you have a really blessed night. Remember, you're a divine, sacred being of light and love, and I love you with everything in me. Love you, love you. Thank you, Telvin. Well, guys, I've been on here 2 hours and 53 minutes and 24, 25, 26, 27. So I think I'll stay on another 7 minutes, which will put me at 3 hours, and then I'll probably get off. Not that I necessarily want to get off. Never eat a million chocolate buttons before bed. I could talk all night, but I do have to sleep at some point so that I can get up tomorrow and do it all again. And pack some more boxes and get some more ready and all that good stuff. Turkey time, 11:39. Yes, we're having a big turkey dinner tomorrow. Bye, Tangerine. Love you so much. See you tomorrow at some point. Hey, by the way, I loved your Q&A today. I got to listen to quite a bit of it. I was packing, but I was here. I was listening, and I loved it. Thank you, Tange. Thank you. You're a divine, sacred being of light and love, Tangerine, and I love you with all my heart. Someday I'm going to get shirts made that say that. Someday. When I'm not in the middle of a move. Bye, Tange. Bless her heart. I don't know how she eats all those chocolate buttons and doesn't share them. I want some chocolate buttons. Stinker. I love Tange to death. She is something else. We're going to have Roman Biscotti on the channel again in a couple of weeks. Once I get moved. We'll have him come back and do his new songs. He's got a couple of new hits that are coming out. I don't know if you guys knew that, but he does. He's got, I think, 3 new hits that are coming out. So maybe he'll debut them on my channel. That would be nice. She'll. God, I always say he. She will debut them on my channel. Maybe. That would be nice. God, I always do that. Crazy. Love me some Roman Biscotti. God, me too. Love him. Love her. I did it again. Do what? Love the toilet paper song, my buddy said. I loved it, Kirsten. It was so fun. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. Yeah, we're going to do that about once a month where we have Roman on to do a special concert. So she can entertain everybody. It will be awesome. I can't wait for the next one. Tilden, all you can do is hug people and see if they'll come back to you. That's all you can do. Yeah, but that will be awesome. I love that we're going to have Roman on probably about once every month, honestly. It's going to become a regular thing for us. So I'm very, very excited about that. And then Jen and I are going to do more collabs too. It's just, you know, I'm in the middle of this move, so it makes everything really hard to try to group up and get things going together. And she's got her own thing going with the oracle cards and all what she's doing, so it just makes everything really difficult at the moment. But once all the moving gets done and all this stuff gets finished and all that stuff, everything will be good. Yeah, it's going to become a regular thing. Okay, go to sleep, honey. I've only got 2 more minutes on here. Actually, 1 more minute on here and I'm closing it up anyway. So you go to sleep Have a good sleep. Love you dearly. You are a divine, sacred being of light and love. I love you so very much, Paris. I hope you sleep good, and I hope to see you again soon. I will be on here as soon as I can get back. Kirsten, how is your mom's cat doing? Bye, sweetheart. Still ill. I'm so sad about that. Just probably is I think you told me before he's really old. Good night, Cameron. Yes, good morning, love. Sleep good, have a good one. Don't get in trouble. Thank you for the recommendation on tobacco flavors or juice flavors. Oh, 14 years old. Okay. Too late for that. Yeah, probably, Cameron. You're in trouble. Well, I hope you get some rest, love. Remember, you're a divine, sacred being of light and love. And Candy, Linnea, loves you to pieces. All right, guys, I got to call it a night. It's 3:01 hours, and I was going to let it go at 3. I'm so sorry, Kirsten. I am still doing as much healing as I can on Kitty. Good night, Lex. I love you dearly. You are a divine, sacred being yourself. Love you too, Kirsten. Have a good night, sweetheart. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Soon as I can get back on, I promise, but it might be a while. Cameron, I'm going to go watch your video and let you know what I think, love. Have a good night, you guys. I will talk to you as soon as possible. Please, please, please have good dreams. Know that you are divine, sacred beings of light and love. I love each and every one of you so very much. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. Have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Bye.